All right, you guys, welcome to, and I haven't even really told Steph yet about our team name. We are Team Mill, MIL, and it kind of came from a Zoom. It was the Zoom that Joel did. You were not there, it was just Joel, and he talked about me, MII, which is a multiple income individual. And, back in the day, we used to talk about how, like, we didn't talk about that extra income. Like, we prided ourselves off of not needing that extra income or not needing that job because we just wanted to focus on it works, which that's still an amazing thing that we can do, but we live in a society where it's okay to have multiple streams of income. And so instead of just being individuals, we're leaders. So we are Team Mill, multiple income leaders, and we're proud of that. And I also look at it too as multiple income. To me, if you are just doing it works, how about multiple streams of income from it works? How about those, quick start bonuses, the foreign and friend bonuses, your commission? So multiple income leaders can mean so much. And we're just so proud to represent that. So welcome to Team Mill, guys, and to this special month in Zoom. This is even more special just because we do have Stephanie Dunn on here, who I get to say now is our upline, who is my enroller. That is so, like, I just feel so giddy saying that. It's just so incredible. And you guys, it's late where she is. It's East Coast time. So when I asked her, I'm like, we're in Cali. A lot of us are in Cali. Jessica, you're over there in Oklahoma, so it's 9:30 your time. I'm not sure. I don't recognize everybody's name. We have some new distributors on here, so I'm not sure where everybody is, but we want to respect Steph's time and everyone else's time. So we're going to kind of jump in. Steph asked me, she's like, well, what do we want to do tonight? And I gave her some, like, three things. And I'm like, this is kind of like, take this, do what you will, but we just want to be poured into. I want you guys to really know the culture of Steph and the month end push. Like, you guys, some of you guys are seeing me push and you're going like, what's the big deal? And I want Steph to kind of just tell you guys what the possibilities are. So Steph, like, take it away.
Okay, so does anybody not know who I am? Does anybody not know my story? Or do you all know?
I think there might be three or four that may not know your
Okay.
story. Yes.
So I'll kind of start there because I think just to get to know me, because when you hear me now, you hear Stephanie Dunn, number one income earner, double ambassador, black diamond, like all of the things. And you think, man, she's so lucky. I think people automatically think that. And they forget that I started just like you did as a distributor. Actually, some of you have jobs like we were backwards. We were like, what are we doing? Standing in food lines, standing and going through bankruptcy. And so it was hard. So I don't want you to compare where I'm at now. I want you to know I started the same. I wasn't handed anything, and I've always had to work hard. That's just the way that it's been. And I'm okay with that. As long as somebody were to tell me, hey, this is what to do, I'll do the work. I'm not afraid of hard work. So when Works came along, Joel and I, like I said, we were going through bankruptcy. Um, Life was just hard. The economy was crazy. That's when the market crashed with the housing, when all those loans came due, and people were like, "Oh my gosh!" So we were in that little bubble, and we were just like, "What are we gonna do?" And when I saw my friend had lost this weight, I think people will spend the money on things to make them feel good, even if they don't have it. They always find a way. They're like, if I can't go on a vacation, at least maybe I can take care of myself. So that was where I was at. And when she had lost this weight, I was like, what'd you do? And back then it was this wrap thing. So that's still a huge, like, aha that we should all grasp is she didn't even open her mouth. I noticed she was just like excited. She felt good. She looked good. And so one of the first things we did was like, well, we need to be a product of the product. What do we love? So me and Joel still love all the products. We've tried them all. Doesn't mean we love them all. But if you have something that you love, it's so much easier to talk about. So I actually scrolled through. So this is very important. Do you want to make money? Let me put the chat up. In this business, drop a yes or a one. You can do a one in the chat. The one thing that you heard me say is I didn't have the money, but I knew I wanted to make money. And so when we got into this, we went and we listened to some of the top earners and the successful people, and they said to be an auto ship. I noticed some of you aren't. So here's what I want to tell you. When you have to find a way to make that happen, you'll find a way and you're going to take this business so serious that you're going to be all in with it. So I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, you may not have it, but if you get to this point, this is what I want you to do. Go really hard to get these customers. We got skinny gummies to the end of the month. I want you to be commission qualified. There's some of you that aren't, or maybe you're new and you're like, I don't even know what this means yet, but you want to get paid. So we can get paid two ways, having an auto ship, our personal order, or having those customers of 150 in sales. And so I'm okay if you're like, man, money's tight, because I've been there. I got that. But I also knew I was like, how can I make my money to get the product that I want and still always run an order, because I want to be a product of the product, because it'll be easier for me to tell people and I'm not lying to them. So if you can do that, that's going to be your next, that's your goal as a leader. If you can start running that as a team, you guys, from the first to the fifth, or even if you have to wait till payday, get it ran. Okay. That is one thing that me and Joel, we didn't have the money, but I was like, I want the product. I want to feel better about myself and people will take me serious. And we have never not had one in all of 15 years, even going through hard times. I was like, this is important to me. I'm going to find a way, because there's people that don't have a college degree. Like I didn't have a college degree. I didn't have anything special, but if I would work hard, I could make the money. And so if you want $50 for customers, 300 BV, it's in your app, in your tracker. That's the goal. Let's get you money so you can see it's real. And so that's what I did back when I started. Was I didn't look at this big picture. I looked at the small goals. Like you may hear this sometimes too, like how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So this business is very similar. It's just like that. How do you get to diamond? How do you get to executive, ruby, all of these? One bite at a time. So let's focus on four customers and distributor. You're going to hear that a lot. Four and a friend, four and a friend, four and a friend. And if we can do that, you guys are going to start seeing $50 paid out weekly. I love that. Heather kind of mentioned that at the beginning. Like, who would love $200 every month on just extra bonuses? Like, wouldn't that do something? So, if you haven't yet, write that down. What's your weekly goals that you want? And what would that money go towards? Because that's going to give you a little bit of that driving edge that you need to be consistent throughout the month. If you don't have a goal, you're never going to hit it. If you don't have these small ones, the big ones aren't going to happen. So these small ones will lead you to push yourself a little bit more. So that's why you'll hear me go, I have goals, drives me insane if I don't hit them. I just like will go crazy. So you may get to this point, but I feel like I'm a little bit special in that way of like, I want to lead because I want to show you guys I'm not just telling you, I'm actually doing it. So the big difference in a lot of companies is you guys can see, okay, I've made multiple millions of dollars in this company, and you get me like this in my pajamas. I'm nothing special other than I decided to put in the work and not quit and run through the hard times, because it's not always going to be easy, but you got to rally around each other. Okay. So if you're feeling away, and I tell this to Heather, I'm not going to be down your throat all the time. Like, I don't want to do that, but we're here to help you. So if you're feeling, maybe you're just not feeling as strong as you want to, don't be afraid to message, because my mind, everything is good. You are doing your messages, you're getting your posts up, you're excited, you want to go down to those things. And so I want you to know that if we don't know, I can't help you. So don't be afraid to do that. There's always a positive twist on how you can say that. Instead of just complaining, like you want it, that's okay. We're going to pivot and we're going to figure that out. So that's a little bit of like, how did I get to where I was? I've not stopped ever. Like, well, I shouldn't say that. I've slowed down a little bit through some treatments and stuff like that with health, but because life does happen, but I've never really truly stopped working. And here's why. I feel like I was put in a position where I went through all these hard times to know I'm going to have to work regardless. And I think you guys understand that in order to make money, you're going to have to work, right? And so I would much rather do this showing up at 10:30 at night in my pajamas and getting to help teach you guys how to earn income. And so that's what I will choose to do this hands down instead of being out at 4 in the morning, heading to the first job and then not getting home until sometimes 11, 12 o'clock at night. That's where I was at in my life when I started. So I decided I'm going to do this. I'm going to work every day like I would if I didn't do this company. So my one of my best, I think, pieces of advice. I'm giving you guys a little bit of everything, Heather. Sorry, guys. This is information overload. But I feel like smaller Zoom, sometimes you can see the real, like this is real, guys. So I feel like, on these things, like if you're where you want to do this full time, you're part time or whatever, you're still gonna have to show up. And that's one of the main things is like this can hurt you if you get to a spot and you coast. The only way to coast is downhill. And I can see that with people all over. And so I don't want to coast. I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to let my momentum go. So you guys are in excitement right now. You're in momentum. You are just on fire and you're attracting things and people are looking at you. And so try to stay in that. You may fall off of that and that's okay, but don't sit and wait for like continue to let it go. Get back in. And the best thing I can say is just jump in. Don't beat yourself up. Because I play that game too. Like, okay, what are people thinking? They aren't thinking about what you didn't do. They're just seeing what you're doing. And so that's kind of refreshing of like, we are so hard on ourselves that we forget they don't really care about you. They care about themselves. And so that's where I want you guys to kind of keep your head in. Like maybe you guys didn't have a month that you wanted. You can change that tonight. You can go get these messages out. You can lean on Heather. You can lean on Shauna. You can lean on other Heathers. I feel like there's multiple, Sandra, whoever, you feel like you need to lean into and go, okay, what are you doing? And I love that Heather's sharing that and other pages or whatever. If you're like, hey, what's working? And I'm going to share a message for you guys that one of the girls, I'm like, shoot, I've been messaging tonight and I've got nothing. Now, last night was a different story. Tonight, I'm like, where are y'all at? Like, what happened? So I want to encourage you, you got to be consistent. We don't know always the magic post or message that somebody's going to do. But if you don't do the work, if you're not planting those seeds and you haven't got it out there, you're less likely to get ahead the next day, week, or month. So if the more you consistent you can do, the more that you can get out there, that's what I want from you. Okay. So that's me. I'm not going to say, oh gosh, a couple weeks ago I wasn't doing it. I decided I'm going to get back to, and I have years of follow-ups, you guys. So there is a little bit of a difference. Like, how does Steph do that? Well, if you're consistent for 15 years, you might have the same follow-up that I have. So, I also said this to Joel the other day. I said, I don't think people realize how much I actually drive people crazy. Like, I'm in their inbox because I want them to know, like, hey, I know you're probably busy like me. Summer's getting by. You're probably on vacation. One girl's like, oh my gosh, I thought I had messaged you and to let you know, and she forgot. So they're human. And I want you guys to know that they're not being mean to you. They're just like you. Like I always forget too. Like, so that's one of the things I want you guys to do is just, if you feel like you're not getting something, I've felt like that many times. That doesn't mean I stop. That means I keep going because I don't know which one it's going to work. So you'll hear me like last night on the Zoom, like my post blew up and I have no idea why that one worked from other ones, but I don't know if it was the wording for people with diabetic, like, or it was a gummy. I'm not really sure, but I got so much response from that post. So definitely keep that one in either your Telegram or like in your notes. I don't know how you guys do it. Everybody's a little bit different, but I'm going to show you. I should just probably screen share. I go into my notes section and I'll copy like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it'll show, can you guys kind of see it? So if I scroll my notes, I'll go to somebody's profile and I'm like, ooh, I like that wording in that picture. And I'll go in my notes and I don't really have a rhyme or reason. I just add it to my notes because you can add photos too, add it in there. And then and that's strictly for just like all my business posts. So it's before and after pictures. And maybe you need like an inspiration post something, that's where I keep all mine. Because in Telegram, I got to scroll through everything. Well, this is the same thing. I'll just look through there. I can edit it a little bit better and then post it up. So if you see stuff on my wall and you're like, okay, I've messaged people, I've got to post up, I need to take a break from messaging, go scroll top leaders pages and save the stuff in your notes that you haven't done. One of the things too that will be helpful, I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit of like helpful tips right now, but go on and edit the photo somehow, either brighten it, change the border, screenshot so it's your own photo, because then it won't get flagged as much, and change some of the words. Like it doesn't even need to be a ton of words, but AI is kind of weird and creepy now. So they're recognizing it like spam. One of my girls was like, hey, I was tagging people and now it's saying pending in the team page. Well, it's because she tagged too many people all too much in a row commenting. So team pages, like that's even hard. So that's why chats, smaller chats, how can we communicate? We're Facebook, we just have to be a little bit smarter. So don't tag everybody all the time and those kind of things. So I'm just giving you guys some tips right now that I'm just fresh on my mind. So if you're like, she is not organized tonight, it's because I am not. It's month end. So next week you'll get a better organization person. But right now I've got 800 different things, people promoting. How do I message people? How do I set up a shopping cart? Like all the things. So you guys can organize my chaos for later. But these are things that, future, if you're getting frustrated at all, remember we all have those moments, but we got to move through. The only way that you're going to get to diamond or to that promotion that you want is you got to keep going, because people are going to ask you, what did you do? And it's always the same thing. I did all the tasks. I did the host of posts. I grew my network. I got the posts up. I was consistent. I was excited. I did more when other people didn't do stuff. So that's what we're going to push you guys to do is, if you think you've done a lot and you go, okay, I messaged 10 people, I want to say that's not enough. We need to go through and grow your network, or do another post, do another story, and have fun with it. I think that's the thing. You can look at Heather's and you can even look at mine. Mine, I feel like, is a little bit of like all promotions right now, which is not a bad thing, but people do want to see you. Like that's what they want. They want to be invited into your stories. So don't forget, it doesn't even matter like what you're doing, but just start taking some videos, because we're going to start doing a little bit more with videos for you guys. Like that's what I want to help grow for you guys for the future. But for right now, what can we do for month end? Okay. What I've seen through this transition with John and Sherry Lynn is they have given us something almost every single month since they've been in, whether that's a join now promo, a free product, 20% off, something, distributor kit. So you will have a ton of follow-ups if you're doing the work. So like I just said, if you're like, I haven't really done what I wanted to do and I'm starting to see this team promote, what are they doing? Well, they're doing the thing. So you got to just jump in and just follow suit of what they're doing. I think don't overcomplicate. Don't think, oh, my posts don't look like that. You got to do. If they did a coffee post or something, do it. Like there's reasons they're having success because they're doing the things. So we want to get you into that flow of like, how do I get the follow-ups? You got to have the work. So you're going to have the posts, the stories, and the behind the scenes. It's not just about the posting. Like I do that, but I get the majority from me having the conversation in the inbox. So if somebody commented or even liked it, I'm in their inbox immediately. Like I'm over there, not too quick with Facebook if you're going through and commenting on everyone. So we want to be a little careful there, but get in their inbox, especially if you guys are friends with them, you get in their inbox right away. And then the next thing is to do, if they become a customer or distributor, or really a customer, get them to host a post for you, because now they can do a post and that'll give the doorway again of like, how can those people go into your inbox? So we want to kind of lead into that as we're going. But right now, literally, this is the post that I think she's brought in. I have to go look, almost 2,400 in volume in the last 4 days. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm gonna let you know, she had a really rough couple months. This is a double diamond on her team, and her name is Mel Pinzotti. And if you were to look at your page, you would think, how is she even doing this? I'm not even kidding. Like, I'll send you her Facebook because it doesn't look like anything. So I was like, okay, well, what are you doing? So she says, you guys want to know this, right? Because this can be done. All of you can do this tonight. Because I'm gonna go do it because I was getting frustrated. She goes, uh, let's see. I even said, well, what do you say? Hey, I wanted to let you know that we are sending out a free bottle of our famous gummies. Want to know how to get them. That's her message. That's it. And I'm like, she goes, that's what I'm sending. I go, then what do you say? She goes, awesome. Literally order anything and you'll get a free bottle of skinny gummies. Are you still wanting to lose weight? So she might have had somebody that talking about losing weight, but you can message people and be like, hey, are you looking to lose weight at all? We have a free skinny bottle with any order. So if you want to do that, don't go like crazy, but that's a good opening of like doing that. And then did she send me what else she said? No, I didn't. I was getting on the Zoom. So I'll get you whatever she says once they say yes. But she's getting them to do 30-day drops, firm, like it's all over the board. So I think, again, it's conversation for her. And she's upselling them from there. So hopefully that will help you guys a little bit. Just don't be afraid. Like utilize these promotions, share them. I just had a couple more in my stories. Use them, put them in your stories. Don't be afraid to use the team's promotions because people are going to start seeing this. They're going to be like, what are they doing over there? So that's why I want to start seeing your faces. So, first goal for customers, that's a $50 bonus. We want to shout you out. So, if you haven't done that, like I said, that's skinny gummies, go do that. Give them that retail value of, if you want to do that. But gosh, for $45, even if they ordered one bottle of gummies, they're getting another one free, right? So we should all be doing that. Heather, I have to look at my notes to see what else you wanted me to talk about because I don't think I went on any of your like,
No,
hey,
you're doing perfect. Also,
what are you
hearing from
doing?
you and like just like you said, like the fact that she's in her jammies tonight, you guys, she's telling us what she's sending. It's not just, it's nice to hear like what she's doing, not just like what tips she has from somebody else. It's like, and then it's so real and honest when she says, I'm struggling and this is what I'm doing now because it's working for someone. Um, like that's what we want to hear, you know what I mean? Because I think Joel said it last night on the Zoom, or maybe it was you. It's like there's no like tips and tricks. There's no like magic post or what's the secret ingredient. It's literally like trial and error, right?
Mhm.
It's sending the messages and seeing what works. And like Steph said that today is not blowing up for her. You guys, I just enrolled my sixth customer today. That is not normal, Heather. It's not like Heather used to do that and she just came right back in. Like that is not normal, but it's the energy we're putting out. It's the messages that we're sending. It's just getting in those inboxes. So yeah, Steph, I think everything that you're saying right now, it totally aligns to like what we want and want to, what we want, and just knowing that if you can do it, we can do it. If I can do it, she can do it. You know what I mean? Like shout out to Jessica Encinas who's on here. So I think she's either signed up 2 or 3 today, and it's like when you finally just find something that works, and usually it's when you stop overthinking
Mhm.
and you just send that message. I was on Zoom last night at Power Hour, and my message was to somebody that's been giving me the runaround and runaround and runaround. And I'm like, hey girl, free gummies today if you order. Are you able to do it? And she did it. She ordered, I was like, that's the one you posted about and or said. So, anyways, yeah. So keep going. Yes, like everything's aligning, I feel like, to what we want to see work, and you're proving that it's working,
Yeah,
basically.
and you guys, I want you to see that I'm real. Heather knows me, Shauna knows me. Some of you have met me, and I'm normal. And I want you to understand that. Like I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt. Like that's just not who I am at all. Like I'm just normal with a lot of money. Like that's just and you guys can do what you want with a lot of money, so there's nothing wrong with having it. So that's the thing, but the time freedom too, like that's important to me. So again, why do I do this? Because gosh, I want people to feel that. So yes, I'm normal, but I'm also going to go here. I'm not normal because I'm always working too, because I love what I do. So maybe I'm a little crazy. For newbies, so this question comes up a lot. And I think as a leader, and if you've been in it a while and you're having some success, one of the first things to do, go look at their page, see what their interaction is. If they don't have a whole lot of interaction, or maybe they're sharing a lot, or maybe this is you and you're like, I'm new. Where would I start? We want you to not share other people's stuff first. That's usually one of the things that Facebook stocks. Let me grab water real quick.
And when she says share, you guys, she means clicking that share button, not like we want you guys to like she said earlier, copy and paste our posts, change up the wording, take that picture, save it to your camera roll, make some sort of an edit. That yes, we want you to do that,
Yeah.
but don't click that share button, like the share button. Don't click it.
Yeah, that's the one. Even with promotions, you don't need to share other people's promotions. Go put them as your own. Like that's one thing to do too. But I'll do that, and then what I'll have them do is do an interaction post. And Heather, you guys might do that already, just to get something going for, okay, who's commented? I'm not even doing a giveaway. I'm just doing an interaction post just to get people to comment, because then they're more likely to see the next posts that you do. So that's something for a newbie. I would do that. And I still ask them, like, if you have close family and friends, is there anyone of them that would support you and order from you? Like, you want an honest review. You're excited about trying products. Would your best friend, your mom, sister, whoever want to go in and do a weight loss challenge with you, or healthy gut, whatever you want to do, and ask them, invite them in. And this is one of the things that Mel, that just sent me her message. She's always on a mission to get healthy and to lose weight. She's inviting them in on like, hey, do you want to lose weight with me this month? This is the products that I'm going to use. You want to be my accountability partner. So that's a great way to just invite them in, so they're not alone. They're going to get that menu that they can look at, for food and the plan. So that's how she gets a lot too. So I would do that. Because host to post can get frustrating too. So yes, we want to do host to post. I still do those as well because it's a great way. But what else can we do while we're doing that? And it's interaction, getting your stories up, doing videos so that maybe there's more views, doing some things that you may not feel like you're having success from or getting a customer from, but really it could happen in a week. It could happen in a day. And so you want to trust that process. Maybe I think I actually have an image of like what you should be doing daily. So I'll send you that, Heather, or I'll put it in the group chat, but kind of like your 6 list. Okay. Like, what do you do? Like, what would we do? And in the boards app, you can see that, like, we try not to overcomplicate it too much, but we want you to just go, not overthink. And I have one girl that's been blowing me up. She's new and she's asking everything, like screenshotting everything. I'm like, okay, it's the same thing. I'm like grateful, but I'm like, she's going for it. She's like, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? So we want them to know that that's their open door, right? When you sign someone, you want them to have the success. So hopefully they'll start like asking you, like, what do I do? And if you don't know, you go to the person that enrolled you. If they don't know, keep going up until you find your answer. So hopefully that helps. Oh, but this is month end. Oh, sorry. I was just doing this as newbie. To message post. Shauna,
I hope that makes sense. So what I meant like is, so like some of these girls are coming in like a weekend. So I know like the other day on the Zoom, the training Zoom, you were saying like sometimes I go to like a friend had a bunch of comments or something, like look at their friends, or like, if someone's sitting down and going, okay, I'm going to message, but I'm new, because I know like we have a couple girls, like I said, a couple days in, okay, where am I going to go? Like, well, who am I going to message? I don't have a ton of host to post comments. I don't have a ton of, interaction, but it's month end and I want to get a few customers in, or I want to get my first bonus. Like, where would you have them go to kind of like stir up some juice, I guess you would say?
First thing is just do on your post, is anybody looking to lose weight? I think just make it simple, something so simple that it's just words. And then it could be like, I might have something that you're interested in. Nothing about any of the product, just to get again, opening the door to get them in their inbox, because then they can get the free product if they order maybe Burn or something, and give them, the talk about that. Go through your phone list. Who do you know in your phone list that you're like, okay, I could just message them and they would do an order, a mom or something. Again, it doesn't matter. Like, we want you to have a win. So I would start there, and then just go through who's the most people. If you go to your Facebook, who's commented or liked any of your posts, and you can go right down the line to see who are these people. I'm going to message them because they're supporting you already and commenting and liking that. So that won't generally flag Facebook. So if you haven't done that, just be like in their inbox and be like, hey, can I ask you a question? That's all you need to do. See what they'll come back with, and just say, I'm super excited. I don't know if you know what I started, but I've got some amazing weight loss and health products. Have you thought about losing any extra weight, or do you know anybody? So see if you can get a conversation literally that simple. I'm sure Heather and Shauna, you probably said that. So it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It just needs to be, ask the question to create the conversation. If you ask the question of like, hey, can I ask you a question? And they go, sure. And you're like, panic and go, now what? They come back to us and be like, what do I send them? Because we can give you a copy and paste of like, here. And it might be from that too. Like, they might put a post for you if they don't order. So don't ever take a no as a no. Like, if they're just not ready, just be like, that's totally fine. I know that you're always supporting me. Could you just get this post up for me? It would mean the world to me. And then I don't even hardly ever talk about the giveaway, because most people, if they're your friends, will get a post up for you. Like, they'll just do it. So you could do either that way. But hopefully that helps you newbies of like, where do I start? Go on and ask, are any of my friends looking to lose weight? Just ask that simple question, and then kind of go from there. Get into your inbox while you have that up and start asking the same question. Hey, can I ask you a question? That way you've got the post up. You can do that. Get it in your stories. Literally, you're going to have little things to do. Okay. Oh, good. Ashley has our old KPI list. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing probably of like, I think I'm very consistent of like over the last, since Facebook really, like, what do you do? Like, not a ton of people do in person anymore. So how do we do that? We have to grow our network. So hopefully you guys are getting out and starting to learn, okay, I got to do videos. I got to add to my network, Facebook, messages, birthdays, all of the things. Yeah. Heather, what else did you have on there?
I think also, you kind of touched on it, but just like a reminder to everybody, you never know what post is going to blow up, and you never know like when and who. The post I did today, I had no idea it would blow up. No idea. But you can't compare. So if it's not blowing up for you, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It doesn't mean that nobody's interested. Like, I have all the ones that are interested and you don't. That's not the case. It's just people aren't seeing it. So what is your tip? Like, if you feel like something's not working, do you go over to Instagram, or is that like, if you feel like posts aren't working, is that your time? Like, is that the mind switch? Like, where you're like, I'm just going to spend time in my inbox, like, cause it's month end. So we have today and tomorrow. So I feel like what happens now is when a post doesn't work, then you do another one, and that one doesn't work, and then you do another one, and then that one doesn't work, you do another one. And then I feel like Facebook's going, yeah, no, 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 no. So then you're getting more and more frustrated, and you're feeling like giving up. And all of a sudden you're like, well, I'll just wait until August, So what do you do when you feel like nobody's seeing you and you want to get these last minute orders? I mean, some of you guys are like 2 customers away from your 150 bonus, or 1 distributor away. And I don't want, Ashley's like, me right here, right here. I don't want you guys to not get it. So it doesn't, so yeah, basically what I'm asking is, instead of posting, should they be in their inbox? Like, what do you do?
So one of the things that you guys need to do, and you might go, if you've got a post up and you're like, there's not really any comments, go say, can you guys comment on my post? So get some comments on the post.
And you mean by, when you say you guys, you're saying us as distributors, or like
distributors?
Okay.
Each other. Like, I will always do that. You'll see me if I feel like I haven't got some comments on before and after pictures. I'm like, I'll go and chat. Hey, can you guys just go comment, show me some love on that post? It doesn't matter psychology wise. Other people are going to see that and go, I want it. Well, if they're going to order, if that person wants info, if that person wants info, they're not going and looking at all of you as distributors going, well, they're just all distributors. They don't know you. So you
Right.
want to make sure you're doing that. So I would do that tonight. If you feel like I've got a good before and after picture up, go like have each other go say, can you comment on my post, comment, and then underneath it, you don't need to do it right away, but like, okay, sent you a message. Because if you're friends, Facebook doesn't care if you're messaging back that your friends, you're connected. It's not going to block you from messaging. Just don't do 20 in a row of the same exact message. So I'll say, okay, I just sent you a message. The next one might be like, look in your inbox. Okay, I got you. So just a couple different ones there. So do that. Have some things, some promotions, some your life and your stories so that you have that going. Then, like I just said, go through. Some of you have been in before. Search the word slimming gummy, skinny gummy, whatever, weight loss in your search tab in Facebook and see what pulls up. And what I like to do is as people are seeing my Facebook and looking at that while I'm waiting, right? Like somebody look at my stuff, I'm in the inbox. So if I can search a keyword and I can do the work and open the door again, that's what I'm going to do. Hey, I know I talked to you like 3 years ago. Do you know we got a ton of new product? Would you like the information? You'll actually get free skinny gummies with any order today. So I'll do that. Maybe you're new and you've never messaged before. So where would you start? I'd go into that inbox of like, okay, hey, I'm going for a huge goal. Can I ask you a favor? And see if you can start there while you have that out. The other thing to do is if people are watching your stories, have you messaged them or are you just letting them watch your stories? Don't wait for other people to inbox you. Sometimes they need you to open the door for them and invite them in. So I'm not afraid to do that. I will go literally look at stories, see, oh, no, it works. Nope. Click on the name, inbox them. Go back to the story, scroll. Nope, not it works, inbox them. Go into my inbox, search keywords, and I'll do 30-day drop. And I'll look and you'll see you can pull up people or messages. I do messages, all those 30-day drops. I'll probably scroll all the way down because it's probably farther out. I'll scroll down and I'll start kind of far down, inbox them and say, hey, I know I've probably talked to you a bazillion times. Tonight, the night, it's free skinny gummies with any order. And I don't go and look at it. I do that, go back to the next message because I don't want to get out so that I can message as many as I can get into that. So you got plenty of work. You can do that. Then do you have your Instagram? Stories should be the exact same on Instagram and Facebook if you're just having the same thing. So who on your Instagram is watching you? The same thing. So you can go back and forth with you using all the platforms while you're waiting. So if you have the posts out, you can do the behind the scenes. And that's what I'm doing. Anybody that I've ever had, I'm like, okay, they've talked about 30-day drop, Fat Fighters. That's an old one. So I can pull that one up from years ago. Burn, maybe people want to do burn. It just depends if you want to do wrap, but if you have keywords that you can search and then business. So if you need a distributor, who is the one that needs the distributor? I don't know who was in here that was looking, somebody needed a distributor for their 150 or a customer or something. Anyway,
There's a
hey,
couple.
yeah. It's like you could message them in your inbox and story and like, hey, have you seen what I've been up to? Are you looking to make any extra money? Like literally it's that simple of questions that I'm asking them. I'm not going into all the details. So a lot of people don't care about the details. They just want to know, what do you have for them? Can it help you lose weight? If they want the ingredients, heck, we can send it. If they want to know more about the business, they can. And hopefully you guys saved kind of what's new. If they've ever done It Works before, you have that. And then you can say, oh my gosh, this is just such a great thing. We've got ways for you to make money up front with weekly bonuses, residual income, more bonuses are coming in the fall. Like what a great time to get in now while people are going to get back to school. You're going to be ahead of the curve. So I've just vomited on you because there's literally so much that you can do. You can't say, I can't do anything. Whether you're new or you've been in for a long time, there is plenty of work to do that you're not going to even be able to get to all of these people, which is awesome because that just means I'm going to have more for August. So here's the thing. Try to stretch yourself. If you've already hit a goal, I already told Heather I wasn't happy. Well, I didn't really say I wasn't happy. I just said, no, this is congratulations on a little FaceTime. And then, okay, well, this is the next goal. Like, you can't stop because you guys are there. So we're going to continue to push because she wants to help you. I want to help you. So you have your goals, but stretch yourself. Maybe you did hit your goals. Like, Heather, you went Ruby. That doesn't mean stop there. Like, we're going to push you, right, to more because it's just going to give you the momentum that you need going into August. Now, I hate usually to even talking this. What if I don't hit my goal? It's happened. But like I've said to Joel, like I was so angry at planting all these seeds. All of a sudden, you guys, I had like no distributors. I'm up to, I think, 18 distributors. And I had like one, like by the 20th or something, whatever that was. Literally a mindset shift, a decision to be intentional and ask and to go back on old posts. So I will scroll through and look if I've ever offered an opportunity or anything. And I'm going back to all those old messages and getting back in their inbox. So if you want it, go for it. But it could set you up for huge. It's going to set you up for huge August as well.
Yeah, exactly, you guys. And that's why I wanted to do the Zoom tonight because, I've so guilty of not being where you want to be. And it's like last day or last 2 days of the month and you totally just give up. And you're like, I'll just, we do the whole, like, oh, I'll just start fresh on the 1st. Mm-hmm. And I know so many of you have already done that because I know that I've done it. Right. And so I'm hoping that from this Zoom tonight and all the tips that we were given, we are able to push through tonight and tomorrow. And out of 18 of us who have been on the Zoom almost this whole time, out of 18 of us, there's going to be multiple 150 bonuses that are going to be paid out next Thursday because you're not going to give up. And I just happened to refresh my eSuite right now. And huge shout out to Sam Cooley, who just got a 154 BB order from a new Perks member. I don't even know if she knows that, but I just happened to click refresh. And I'm like, dude.
I was trying so hard to contain my excitement during
Don't contain. It's fine.
I know. I'm just like, I saw it.
I'd be like,
oh, crap. Yeah. Like so exciting. And I know that, Sam, you're part of, we call it Team Ashley, and Ashley's going for, executive or Ruby this month. And you like, that's going to push you guys there and get those bonuses. And so you guys, this is just different vibe, different culture. I'm more excited to work my business. I don't feel like I have to do it and I'm dragging people along. Like I'm literally so excited. The fact that you're all on here tonight and we have our cameras on and we're with Steph. I'm just so excited. But that's pretty much it, Steph. Last thing before you hop off, remind everybody, all 18 of these girls, that they need to be in, except for some of you guys who I already know can't, you guys need to be in Dallas in September with Stephanie and I and Shauna and I, because I know Janelle has a wedding. She's like, stop talking about Dallas because she's already done Dallas with us with the conference before. But tickets are going to be selling out. So Steph, tell everybody why they need to get to Green Carpet and get their tickets.
It literally changed my first event changed the way that I did business. I was in, but I wasn't all in until I went and saw other people that I was like, man, if they're doing it, I can do it. It's something about being in the room with like-minded people, excited people. It's contagious. Like, this is good. This is nothing compared to being surrounded and having fun. And Heather knows I like to have fun. I was like, I'll be buying you drinks. Like, people are like, she likes to have fun. Yes, I do. Like, I track to all the blues. Like, it's just, yes, we don't, this is work, but we also want you to enjoy the life. Like, I think that's what makes this fun, is being able to get around each other and celebrate and talk about your future and what it's going to be like and where you headed and the vision of what the company has. And, it is literally exciting. So yes, if you have to bunk in rooms, I've done that many times. Even as a presidential, I think I had 11 people in one room with me one time. So we will pack it in, but you got to do what you got to do. And um, when there's a will, there's a way. You know,
Yeah.
if you're literally ready to change your life and you decide, I'm going all in on this, like, watch out, you're unstoppable. Janelle, I'm going to answer this question too before we get off. If people comment, how bad do you want it? I will message them. This is the mindset that I want you to have. When you want something so bad, and you've heard this, like when you're underwater and you need this as bad as you need air, you're going to do whatever you want. So for me, I'm like any interaction, it is like fair game. Like I'm up in their messages because they may be afraid to comment, but they're giving you a little love. Or you can just say, hey, thanks for the love on my post. Are you looking for weight loss? I don't know what the post would be, but, or any, if it's any kind of post, but like, hey, have you seen what I'm up to? I've stalked your page a little bit. I'd love to have you join what I do. So talk to them like you would want to be talked to.
Mm.
Practice that. Like that's my best trait probably, is talking to people like I would want them to talk to me. So I'm not a robot. I'm really not. And until it comes down to scripts, as far as like what the products do, the pricing, you can be scripty there, but be you. And you're going to have more success. You'll have less probably messages and more close rate if you're just talking to them like, oh my gosh, you have to do what we're doing. Our team is on fire right now. You need to get in now. So if you have a sense of urgency when you get off this Zoom tonight, like, you need to get in now. Our team is on fire. Have you seen all these promotions? I'm telling you right now, get in now so we can help you be the next promotion for August, September, October, November. So you guys are feeling that right now. And so you have to let other people know that too. So I think for me, it's excitement, whether that's a voice message, in my text, whatever that is. But you all should be excited for what you have your hands on. You are on fire in summer. So that is, they're watching you right now. Like, why are they promoting? What are they doing? They're doing something secret. Well, you decided to work. You're excited and you decided to put in the work. And that's the key, is when some other people are just taking the time off, you guys are the ones that are being loud about it. So I encourage you, even if you don't know what you're doing, copy whatever Heather's doing, what anybody's doing with the post, because we're here to help you answer. So don't overthink it. That's the best thing that you can do. I go back to when I first started. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was just so excited. I was like, I could make $100. What do I got to do? Like, tell me what to do, So it was literally that simple. So to this day, what do I need to do to make $100? That's it. And then from there, you do it again and you do it again and you do it again, and your team follows, and it's duplicatable. So don't overcomplicate, but do it, and don't wish you would have. Don't wish you would have, and not push yourself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Steph, thank you so much. I know it's literally 11:20 where you're at. Not that you're like just going to bed anyways. I'm sure you're gonna be up all night messaging, but it just means so much that you came on here tonight and just shared with us, and just you're being who you are. And I'm just, again, so honored and so proud to be a part of your team. And I'm so proud of everyone on this team that has done what they've done this month. I mean, I'm just so proud, like speechless. So Steph, thank you. I can't wait to share with you everything that we do tonight and tomorrow, because you guys, Stephanie's hopping off right now, but we're not, because I'll be on Zoom until 10 o'clock California time, and I am going to be enrolling customers and helping you guys and sharing my screen. Shauna just got an LC, so that means she got her got her $800 bonus right now.
You good, because
I've never done that.
I've
never done that.
Oh my God.
I've never done that. I've never done I've always done like the 1 or the 2, but I've never done like the 3 or 4 total complete, like to get the big one, like the big weekly bonus. So, hey, guess what I did, you guys? I called my mom and I was like, hey girl, guess what? I need one more customer. I know we don't make Compions anymore, but we make Stress Less gummies, and you get free skinny gummies. And my mom was like, ooh, woo, skinny gummies. And I was like, you're not a customer on my new account. And she was like, okay, I have a budget. I was like, just one thing. All I need is one thing. And she was like, okay. And she sends me like, here's all my info. But like, I knew I would get it from the messages that I was sending, but I was like, I want to close this today. Like, I want to be able to say like on the last day of the month, I did that $800. So yeah, my last one, I got her.
Yes,
That's so
800
exciting.
right here. Oh my gosh. Yay. I'm so happy. What do I always say, you guys? I love enrolling. I love showing you guys what I can do, but I don't want to be the top enroller on my team. Like I want us to be the top enrollers on Steph's team, or you know what I mean? Like that's what I want, and I feel like it's happening. And Sean, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of every one of you guys. And again, we're going to be letting Steph know what's happening and all the goods. So thank you, Steph, so much for being on, you guys. Steph's going to hop off. But if you guys please stick around because we'll be working. I'll be sharing my screen and working together. So everyone
All
say
right. I love you girls. I'm super proud.
Love you too.
I'm going to send you the message so you can drop it in the chat so you can
Perfect.
reach out and send a few, but I will see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye, Jess Ruiz. I know it's late for you too. You guys, how cool. Isn't it just, I still feel like she's just a guest. Oh, let me stop recording.